Welcome to the Lime Flavored Show, Episode 2, being recorded on January 14th, 2013. I am your host, DJ Allen, and as you can see, I have a new lower third on the show here. You can't really tell that there's a drop shadow behind the bar at the bottom, but we'll work on that in the future here. Today's show is brought to us by Trisha's Bakery at trishasbakery.com. That's TRICASBAKERY.com. And I wanted to start the show out today with some things for limeflavored.com specifically. I will eventually do entire shows without mentioning the site. I mean, eventually, but we'll see how that works. First and foremost, the previous projects, if you were interested in how I was doing on those at all, I've all but failed the projects. So the projects are being altered slightly. And let me tell you how that's going to work. The projects were to keep me actively working on at least one or two things. I've been working so often at my job that I haven't had the opportunity to do that, or I haven't taken the opportunity to do that. I'm going to go back to the way I was doing things, which is, or the way I was going to do things before I started the projects, which was just write whatever I'm in the mood for when I have time so that I can start getting stuff done. And I'll advance that as I can. Hopefully I can get something written this week, at least a little something, just something to progress things forward, because I am going to be the primary source for content on this site, and I need to start working on that as soon as possible. Echoes Darkly Theater officially starts on February 17th at 6 p.m. Central, so 1800 Central Time. That will be, adjust for Pacific, adjust for Mountain, adjust for Eastern, and then if you're not in the United States, adjust further. Sorry, I don't give you all the times. I'm not figuring all that out for you here. But Echoes Darkly Theater is the role-playing games that myself and Sean, my co-host on Echoes Darkly, will be running alternatingly. The time we've chosen initially doesn't work with Sean's schedule. We're gonna tinker with that, and if the date and time change, I will let you know. But right now, that's when it's scheduled to start. I wanted to make sure that the Super Bowl was over before getting going with that. Things I forgot to mention on the previous podcast, previous netcast, were I'm going to be doing more dark green, but I'm going to be doing it as a fiction series, so it'll still be Blackwood, Oregon, which is where Dark Green initially happened, but it'll be a subtitle. Right now it's Dark Green Forever Winter, and there's a reason for the Forever Winter part, which you'll find out when I actually start putting out content. Hopefully I can start doing that sooner than later, because I want to make sure that I'm getting everything out. I also failed to mention, well, I didn't fail to mention this. I haven't worked on any more audio production for Moonrise, but I will be doing that this weekend, at least a little bit, because I have an extra day off this weekend. So that's going to be kind of nice to have that opportunity to work on a little audio while I'm doing the other things I need to be doing on those days off. And I'm staring at my wife now. I don't know if she's paying attention to me, but what I'm saying is I'm going to produce some product for her on my day off, my extra day off also. And as those of you can see, I have a terribly bare beard and spot, but I have a fuzzy beard here, and I've been growing it since September 1st, which I plan on doing basically every September 1st until I get sick of it. Well, I have officially gotten sick of it. However, it is far too cold in North Dakota to cut this thing off right now. So the beard will be departing sooner than later. So as soon as I get a feeling about the weather being at least, as soon as I get a feeling about the weather being more than 30, well, being around 30 degrees positive on a regular basis, I'll start thinking about cutting it off, because it's, and I'll still keep, what I do is I keep the chin. I haven't had that shaved. Wow, maybe once in 15 years I shaved it off. It's because that makes me look 15, and I'm about to be 37. So that's an update on the beard. So I know one person that follows my shows will be happy about that. She hates beards in general, and I mean, I liked my beard until this morning. I really hated it this morning, and I'm not sure what happened to really cause me to hate it. But it's yeah, I mean, it's growing on me, but it's only physically growing on me, not growing on me likably. So I don't want to do all the maintenance is what's happening, and I need to start maintaining it because it's just scruffy at this point. Maybe that's what I need to do, is maintain it, and we'll go from there. But it's time to speak once again about our sponsor, Trish's Bakery. I went on and on last time about Trish's Bakery. My wife is the owner of Trish's Bakery, and I talked a lot about a lot of things. What I would like to point out this time are, once again, her wonderfully crocheted winter hats. This is my owl. The eyes are different, as you notice. She took my explaining that there were buttons on the middle as a complaint, and so she redid the eyes for me. That's okay, because it's still beautiful. And she has just handed me another example. So you won't see the rabbit again. What you're going to see is a snowman. Now, I have a snowman hat also, and I have a carrot that sticks out, but I think that isn't working. I don't think I like this sticking out. I like the way the hat is here with the flat nose, because I don't have to worry about hitting anything when I'm turning my head. But the snowman, as you can see, smiling, no top hat, no corncob pipe, and it's a carrot for a nose, no button nose, like the cartoon. She's staring at me like she has no idea what I'm talking about. It's because she doesn't. But a snowman hat. We also have, like I said, the owls, frogs, raccoons. She can make make anything basically. As long as you find a pattern for it online, we can kind of work with that from there. She's also currently making brand new hats. Are they all for children at this point?
The upcycled ones, what I have done are...
Okay, they're called upcycled hats, and they are using material that is being reused and turned into hats. That's not going to show up on the video, by the way. Oh. No, I've discovered that the light from the iPhone is too bright for the camera to pick up, unfortunately. Sorry. We can pop pictures in, though, I suppose. You know, if I had... well, we'll have that for next time. I know how to pop pictures in, that we can get that all prepped up. But here's another hat. Here's my my penguin.
I'll turn the brightness down if you want to try.
Okay. Here is a... Let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of... That's an upscaled hat.
Upcycled.
Upcycled.
Instead of recycled.
Instead of recycled. Gotcha. And it's old clothing turned into hats, and they go fast. So if you see something on the website that you really want, you need to nab it when it happens. And you can find her on Facebook, Facebook.com/Trish's Bakery. Just search for Trish's Bakery. It's 413 East Broadway in Bismarck, North Dakota. And that will appear as the address on if you search for it in Facebook. But like I said, here's my penguin. She's recently done something with the eyes, I've been told, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Nothing's been done with the eyes. Forget what I said. But she's also got other things, hot chocolates, food, other things of that nature. And if, for this month, if you purchase something off the website, trishasbakery.com, you click on the upper right-hand area that says shop. From the cart there, if you shop for your items and you go to the cart then, on checkout, if you enter the promo code LFS1 for lime flavored show, all lowercase letters, 1, on an order of $5 or more, you will receive $5 off using that code. And make sure you use that code because that will let her know that you are watching and you care. So, we want to thank Trish's Bakery for sponsoring us. She's the only sponsor at the moment, but we do have other ones waiting to be talked about. Okay. I don't believe in wearing hats during broadcasting, and you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a hat then when I'm saying that. Well, I'm wearing a hat because the Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons, yesterday advanced from the divisional round of the playoffs into the NFC Championship. Under the current head coach, it's the first time we've won in the playoffs under him. Now, I've been a Falcons fan for a long time. Some people that will have known me in high school and earlier will go, but I thought you were a follower of Team X. Well, see, what happens is I've always been a Falcons fan, but in order to continue being interested in the season, I would pick a team in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs to kind of follow and root for if the Falcons didn't make it. But I've always been a Falcons fan. So and we've only been to the Super Bowl once, and we lost to the Broncos. But I believe that we can make it again. And there are people out there saying that we can't beat the 49ers. I believe we can beat the 49ers, and I believe we're going to beat the 49ers, putting us into the Super Bowl for the second time. Now, my worry is that we get to the Super Bowl and it's a repeat of what happened before, not against the Broncos, but against the team that basically just shuts us completely down. Now, the team is completely different. There's nobody from the team on this time that was there last time, because the last time we made it was 1998. Or was it 99? I think it was 98. So hopefully things are looking up. I will be happy just to get there. I, of course, do want them to win the Super Bowl. So we wish the Falcons all luck, and hopefully next Monday I will be talking about the Falcons in the Super Bowl rather than the Falcons possibly going to the Super Bowl. I also wanted to mention briefly that in the world of technology particularly, there are a lot of patent trolls, people that have patents that just go out to sue people. Basically, that's how they make money, is just going out and suing people. There's a recent incident where someone is trying to basically get people to license podcasting, and I'll let you look that up on your own. But the idea that technology in general is operating under an archaic patent system is really annoying. And this goes between my primary moaning is about Apple and Samsung, because they keep suing each other over patents that they hold. And it's ridiculous things like the gradient of the corner of the phone that they're making has to be rounded for Apple, and if anybody else does a rounded corner, they get sued. Well, rounded corners are natural. Well, they're safe anyway. You don't put your eye out on a pointy corner. But things like that. There's just too much patent trolling. What really needs to happen is someone needs to sue the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for allowing stupid patents to go through, such as the recent podcast patent that is currently involved. Like I said, I'll let you find that. It involves the comedian Adam Carolla, if you want to kind of narrow that down. So he's being sued, but I'll let you find that. As with everyone else in the country, or with most people in the country, I have decided to have some New Year's resolutions. I have 2 New Year's resolutions. Things that I believe I can accomplish. Things I believe I can accomplish. The first one is easy to accomplish. I play chess on GameNot.com, and what I wanted to do this year was not play a game that had a default title to it. And so far, I've been doing pretty good. I made the decision after, like, the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th. So, I mean, it was after New Year's, well after New Year's. But I want people to be more creative, and certainly they can just name it game versus whatever, and that's fine, as long as it's not the default title, which is Let's Play Chess, or challenge from, and then their user handle. The other New Year's resolution that I have, I am a large individual. Would you agree that I'm a large individual?
Yeah.
I'm a large individual. I would like to lose 50 pounds before the end of the year. Just 50. Now, I need to lose more than 50, but I will be more than happy with just losing the 50. So I will begin to do more active things to lose that 50 pounds. Now, I want to lose the 50 pounds by the end of the year and keep it off. So if I drop 50 pounds in June, but get it all back in December, I didn't accomplish my goal. So I believe it's reachable, and it's something I think I can do. So I wanted to set some small goals, not like large, like go to the gym every day or something like that, because my schedule just doesn't allow for that, even at these gyms that are open all the time. Speaking of GameNot, I should have used that story second. I invite you to play me on GameNot.com. My player handle is lime flavored. Surprise! And I've got 300 or 400 games under my belt now. I'm on a free account, so you can play free, and you can challenge me as long as you title the chess game something other than the default. Or you can let me know that you're on, what your handle is, and I will challenge you. I have no problem doing that. But I invite you to join me because, like I said on the last show, I will be having a lime-flavored chess show discussing my games. And if you would like to be part of that, you know, the opponent of said game, that's the best way to get on it. Or if you are also playing, preferably on GameNot, I will use games that aren't on GameNot, but GameNot is preferred. If you send me your chess games, I will also analyze your games. And I do have other plans for lime-flavored chess, but I want to start out with just the analysis and go from there. So hopefully you'll join me for that. Swaying back into the website, I wanted to run a few possible ideas by you, the viewers/listeners. And I realized that this early stint of the show, the single-digit shows, I probably don't have a huge number of people watching. So this is going to go out until something gets announced. It's going to go out and be open for you to send in suggestions. So if you are watching this in December of this year, absolutely respond. These are just some ideas that I would like to possibly include on the website in the future to have more interactivity with the fan base. I conceived of something I like to call IP Race. Now, IP Race is an acronym, and I modeled it on the NASCAR acronym. IP Race stands for Internet Professional Racing Association for Computer Enthusiasts, IPRACE. Now, I wanted to have some sort of metric built up for you to be able to choose originally it was a brand of computer, a brand of hard drive or a size of hard drive or something like that, and then an operating system. Well, since we're moving away from computers these days, I figured that it would be better to use phones, which is neat because I have now discovered they are coming out with an Ubuntu phone. And then we, of course, have a Windows phone. There's an Android operating system phone with multiple brands, and iPhone with iOS. So we've got 4 different operating systems we can use and more brands of phones. Now, certain brands will be, yes? BlackBerry. If BlackBerry doesn't fail, I would.
They swear they're coming back.
Yeah, they swear they're coming back. So BlackBerry would be included in that. So for the Android phones, for instance, I would allow a couple of different models, but they would be specific ones. And then using the model of the phone brand with the operating system, and then another parameter, and then you make some selections with all of that according to a racetrack design that I'll come up with, several racetrack designs. We can run a season and go from there. And the idea behind the different operating systems, brands, and things like that would be, for instance, let's say a Windows phone would take a corner differently than an iPhone would, and an Android would take it different from both of those, and a BlackBerry would take it different from all 3 of those. So your parameters, you've got like 5 options, and you have to choose the right one for corners, for instance, to take the corner in the most optimal way, which of course over the course of X number of laps will put you ahead or behind depending on how well you've chosen. So I thought it was a neat idea, and I wanted to get a little bit of feedback. Does that sound like something you would be interested in?
If you've got details worked out at some point and actually have rules to read.
Rules, sure. Yeah. It's, and I want to make sure that I wouldn't be the only one doing it, just for my entertainment. So if you, the listeners and viewers out there, give me some feedback, if I get at least 5 of you, I'll do it. And I've got, like I said, I've got things swimming around in my head, general parameters. I just need to put them down on paper and formalize them. But as long as all these operating systems and phones and all that sound like a interesting thing, I think that's where we can go. And the computer enthusiasts part obviously applies to the fact that the phone is a mobile computer at this point. I also own FIFA 13 for the PlayStation 3. I have mentioned it before. I am interested in running through a career on FIFA 13 with a club in a league for multiple seasons as a particular player, and I was wondering if anyone was interested in seeing that. It's something that Machinima specializes in, people just watching other people play video games, which I like playing video games. I am only at this point playing FIFA 13, and I'm only playing that sporadically at the moment, but I would be interested in broadcasting that to you. I'd like feedback on that. And once again, you can, if you see this in December or listen to this in December, give me feedback anyway. Doesn't matter. You're not late to this race until I actually put something out or mention something officially. And even if I do, let me know. I can change my mind. I am also, in the past, at jobs, I have run picks leagues for the NFL. So you would get a list of the games for the week, and you would choose the winners and losers, and the highest rated one would win a prize or the pot or whatever we were playing for at that point in time. Online, the best way to do it would be just bragging rights at this point, and then if I can figure out how to encompass some sort of prize into the end of it, or we can all pay a entrance fee to fight for the end prize, that would be great too. And we could run it every single week, unlike a fantasy league where they stop caring at the end and it affects your players. The picks league, you're still picking the teams. You can pick all 17 weeks. So that's an option. The other thing is, mentioning fantasy football, I wouldn't mind running a fantasy football league. Now, well, let's go back to the picks league first. You can do the picks league the way I just said, picking one winner from every game and then the highest number wins. Or you can do it in an elimination style, where you can pick any team to win any week, but you can only pick them once. If you fail to pick, let's say you pick Indianapolis to beat Baltimore, and Baltimore wins, you are eliminated from the competition. It's something ESPN did one year, and I liked that, and I thought that was an interesting way to do it. So that would be something I wouldn't mind running in the future too. But going now to fantasy football. I wouldn't mind running a fantasy football league. I know that the Yahoo fantasy football leagues that I have participated in seem to be better than anywhere else that I've participated, so it'll probably be through Yahoo. Unless Google's got something hiding around that I'm not aware of. Wouldn't mind running that. I would also I would either do a standard one or a keeper league, or the other option, which kind of goes with the last picks league option I did, is you have to have a quarterback and maybe 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers and a defense. You can pick any player any week, but you can only use them once in a year. So if you use Peyton Manning week 1 with Michael Tucker, I don't think that's right. Michael Turner, and Chad Ochocinco week 1, you can't use them the rest of the year, which makes, later on, and you're set against somebody specific, and they have that option to basically match your listing there, but they'll also be up against the same thing where they have to decide, is this the week I want to use Peyton Manning, or is this the week I want to go use Matt Ryan, or is this the week that Tom Brady is really going to help me out, because it's the only time you can use them. So I wouldn't mind doing that if you have an interest in it. And as we get closer to next football season, I'll be pushing that a little bit more to see if there's enough interest in it. A standard fantasy football league, I would need at least 10 people, or maybe maximum 10 people. I would need 10 people, well, 9 other people than me. And for the elimination league, I would be willing to do up to 32 people. It's a lot, but it's balanced that way. You can reach me at officiallimeflavored@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook page. Just search for limeflavored.com, but it is facebook.com/lime-flavored.com. I have a Google Plus page, which I don't think anybody visits, but I do have a Google Plus page for limeflavored.com. And you are watching this off of the official Lime Flavored YouTube channel, which is attached to the official Lime Flavored Google Plus channel. So if you want to friend this page or this profile, that would be okay too. I will put you in a circle. You can put me in a circle, and we can all be happy. I want to thank you for joining me for episode 2. I want to thank Trish's Bakery for sponsoring both episodes so far, and more than likely episode 3 at this point. I do have an idea for next week, and I will do less limeflavor.com items. I am also working on getting a guest for the future. I haven't heard back from them at this point, but I have made the offer, and we will see how that works out. But again, thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again next week. This is DJ Allen, signing out.